Hey guys, how's it going? Forged Awesome here with the next recap. This is about EA. Now, first off, they opened immediately with Mass Effect. I want to just get going. And Mass Effect, it looked cool. They're calling it Mass Effect Andromeda, and you're checking out an entirely new galaxy is what they're claiming. My biggest thing is the person under the mask that was playing looked a hell of a lot like Shepard, and if you guys are Mass Effect fans, you understand Shepard should probably be dead. So are they pulling another... I can't really say pulling another Mass Effect 2 because we kind of saw that coming. But I'm just saying, are they bringing back Shepard? I want to know more about this game, and this trailer did a really good job at showing me the cool look of it while also keeping me questioning what Mass Effect 4 is going to be like. That was really good by EA. Great start. Then it got a little interesting, because the EA head, I can't remember his name, he walks onto stage and he goes, "We invited a bunch of high schoolers to our conference to watch." And then he started going on and on about using your imagination, and as cool as that was, he was trying to build a relationship with the crowd that just, I didn't feel it. Like, it wasn't working for me. It was just like he was trying to sucker me into loving EA, and EA has a bad track record as going with fans, so the fact that they're trying is nice, but still, it seemed a little sketchy. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. Need for Speed was next. Need for Speed looks like it's going back to its criminal roots, which is really nice. It has the online mode they were talking about, and they're bragging the best customization they've ever had in a Need for Speed game. Now, that's a very big boast, and playing games like Underground had a huge customization. Even Need for Speed Shift had a good customization system. So if they're really able to capitalize on how much they can customize, it's going to be an awesome game. Now, my biggest concern for the Need for Speed series, for the customization claims specifically, is that your customizations will all be visual. That's been the biggest issue for me, is whenever they have the customizations of cars in that game, it's usually visual, and sure, it might affect your speed a little bit, or it might affect how you drift, or your handling. It never really affects it enough to be as impactful as I wish it was. So that's what I'm a little worried about. They didn't really show anything. They showed gameplay of the driving, and that looked decent. The crashes looked kind of whatever, but it looked okay. It looked okay. That comes out November 3rd, so they still have time to work on it, and I'm excited to see where they go with it. It sounds good either way. I want to see what EA does with the next Need for Speed game. Next came Knights of the Fallen Empire. It's a Knights of the Old Republic DLC. Looks like it just expands the universe even more, which is good. That's always a nice thing, to expand universes as much as you can. So, props to EA for just bringing it up. Be like, hey, we got a new DLC. It's free for all of you. That's a huge thing. And the trailer looked cool. The trailer looked badass. I mean, I've never played Knights of the Old Republic, so it wasn't as impactful to me. And a lot of the crowd didn't seem to catch up with it either. But the people who are Battlefront fan, or not Battlefront, that comes later. Knights of the Old Republic fans are probably excited for this, and I think it'll be good. Next up, keeping going. There's a game called Unravel. Unravel looks like an indie game. It kind of looks like Little Big Planet. But the one thing that caught me off guard about this trailer, and I absolutely loved it, is first off, it looks really good. It looks better than a Little Big Planet game, so I'm excited to see what they do with it. But the biggest thing is, it just seemed so emotional. And not even necessarily the gameplay they showed. The gameplay looked cool, but just the guy who went up did a very good job at connecting with the crowd. And at one point, he has his little yarn guy that's in the game, and he pulls out this yarn guy, and his hands are just shaking, and the dude's almost crying. He has pictures of himself just posing this little yarn guy, and it was not only just the cutest thing you could have ever done, it was just very effective. The guy seemed really passionate about what he was doing, and so hopefully the game turns out to be what EA thinks is going to be good. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Unravel, it's called, and yeah, I am gonna pick it up. That's no doubt. This guy looks so happy about this game. Even if it sucks, it's gonna be good in the fact that this guy works so hard on it. So I'm hoping it turns out good. Moving on, Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare. I brought this up in the last one with Microsoft. I'm going to bring it up again. They showed gameplay this time, and they showed new zombie classes. They had an imp, which was actually really cute. I thought he was funny. Superbrain was like this superhero, and they walked out like a mascot of Superbrain is the guy's name, and he walks out. Nobody's into it. Like, there's some people with their phones out up front, and this one guy's laughing, but nobody's clapping. It was the most embarrassing moment, I think, so far in the conferences of E3. It was pretty bad. But once I got him off, they showed gameplay. People were kind of into it. It looked kind of fun. The cool thing to me was he got done with the mission, and there was like a self-destruct sequence, and people were freaking out. So that was interesting. Yeah, I'm not super hyped. E3 didn't do a good job with Plants vs. Zombies hyping me, so it looked okay. Anyways, to move on, next... Oh, wait, no. Before I stop, Plants vs. Zombies 2 Garden Warfare. The biggest thing for me is they promised free DLC. And the thing that I like about that is the only other game to do that I know about right now is Halo 5. And that means that idea is moving on to other games, and that is very good. People want free DLC because it should have been included with the game anyways, right, Call of Duty? That's right. And so the fact that they're doing it is really nice. I appreciate that a ton, that they're giving free DLC, and so I give honor to the guys who are doing Plants vs. Zombies. That was a very smart move on your front, and keep doing what you're doing. It does look kind of fun. It looks like a decent game, and it's single player now. That's cool. Moving on, hockey was next. They didn't really do much. Hockey looks good. It's hockey. That's hockey. They also followed that up with a bit of a preview to their golf game, and the one thing that actually kind of want, I kind of want to buy the golf game now because they promised fantasy courses, and they showed a few off. There was like this desert one that looked cool, and there was a pirate ship, and that sounds really fun to me. Like, I would totally play a fantasy golf thing just for the hell of it. And you can play on the regular maps too, and that'll be really fun. But I'm just thinking about this fantasy idea. They could play off of it so well, and DLCs could release new toy chest golf maps and all these crazy new ideas that would work. And that was the coolest part for me, and I'm surprised I'm hyping about I'm being a fanboy over a golf game. I don't even like golf, but that's kind of cool. If they do a putt-putt mode too, that'd actually be really fun. And I know I kind of sound like I'm joking, but honestly, I would buy it if you did that. That'd be fun. Okay. After that, going on, they bragged about Ultimate Team. Basically, it's going to kick more ass. NBA Live was next. They showed off their game face. Very good. I'm kind of hoping in somewhere deep in my heart that it fails horribly and we get these terrible monstrosities we got from the last one. But if we don't, that's okay. It still looked functional and it looked good. The guy literally held his phone up to his face, did that twice, and it had his face. And it looked super nice. I commend them for that. If it works like they're promising it works, that's going to be really, really cool. And I'm excited to see myself in an NBA game. That's going to be awesome. They went on to mobile after that. Need for Speed, No Limits, Star Wars stuff. Yeah, mobile's the biggest platform. I'm not a huge fan, so have fun, mobile. They didn't really give much other than every series they have will have a mobile game. EA has a lot, so that's cool. They showed off Minions Paradise. It looked like another builder game. Very generic. Seemed cool. Going on, they showed FIFA, and the first thing they did is they brought Pele onto stage, and although the interview went a little long, I think, longer than they were expecting, at least. First off, this game is Pele approved. I mean, what else do you want? But they brought up a few things, like it's more balanced, and that's good because I've played a few of the FIFA games. I had this French exchange student, and my best memories with him were playing the FIFA game over and over again. Actually, and we would play it until he won. I kept beating him, and it was just really fun. FIFA has a little happy place in my heart, and the fact they're improving upon it and balancing it out, because it always played more towards the goals, is nice. That being said, they brought woman teams into it, and that's awesome. That's great. It's something a lot more games, should be focusing on. We have Lara Croft, but other than that, and maybe Call of Duty for bringing women soldiers into it, we don't have a lot of women in gaming, and I think this is a good stride towards non-sexist gaming, which sounds kind of dumb, I realize, but it's a nice touch. I love that they brought women into the FIFA world, and I appreciate that move. I hope it turns out awesome. I'm excited to see how that goes. Next up, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and actually I'm playing through Mirror's Edge right now. It's Faith's origin story, and I think that's awesome. Faith probably won't be as hateable as she was in the original Mirror's Edge, because personally I don't think there was much of a story, but the gameplay is amazing. If they can if they can add a story into the gameplay, it's going to be a great game, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. One issue I have, and this is my personal speculation, they brought up its open world, and one thing I thought brought beauty to the original game is the fact it wasn't open world. And I know that's kind of an odd thing to say considering we love free roaming games, but I don't think it's going to be as good as having levels and set paths, and they do have time trials, they said, and stuff, so that's nice. But having the set path was a really cool tool in the game, because I could still do what I wanted, and it felt free, but it still got me going, and it didn't get me stuck in certain areas. I was never fully stuck. It kept me going forward, and that was what a game is supposed to do, is keep you going forward in its story or, in the environment. And it being open world could screw that up. Anyways, they brought up anti-corporation stuff a lot. That's basically what it is. The map looks awesome, very diverse, very big monuments you can climb, very small things that they've added. Like, they have this one thing in the gameplay. She grabs a pole and, whips around it, and a cop, it doesn't do it, and she escapes. That was cool. Anyways, this comes out February 23rd, they announced, in 2016. That's nice. Put a release date on that. I appreciate that. Next up, Madden 2016. I'm a huge fan of Madden. My dad and I have played it since I was a little kid, and so it's just got another little special place in my heart. Biggest thing, new draft champions is what they brought up, and that looks so cool. The thing I like about that they should bring it to other games, in sports games at least, because what it does is it allows you to pick a team for one time and one time only, play a game, maybe two, I don't know, they weren't really clear about that, but just play a few games, then finish off with the team, and I love that. I always yell at my dad for creating a team over and over again, but I find myself doing the same thing where we'll always play with new players and experiment a lot. And this allows you to do that, not only with regular players, but with legends. And that's a really, really good thing to be doing. Good play by the guys who are making Madden. I appreciate that. Awesome. Also, they're working on the passing. I mean, that's fine, I guess. They always claim they're working on one new thing every time. Why not just fix it all? I guess. But either way, the new mode is nice, and I appreciate that. Last but not least, the one everyone waited for, and not only did it deliver, it was great. Star Wars Battlefront 3. And the first thing I was thinking was, why aren't they doing gameplay? They went through about 5 minutes of pictures, and they looked pretty. They showed off a lightsaber, they showed off the suits, and they all looked super hyper-realistic. It just looked amazing. I was just shocked by how good this game looks. But then they went into the gameplay, and it looks amazing. First off, they bragged it was captured on PS4, so the little fanboy in me was really happy. But they showed off, first off, a first-person shooter mode, which was kind of... It is in Battlefront 2, and I'm actually playing that right now, too. Just to goof off. And the first person looks like Battlefield, which is awesome. I love Battlefield. If it plays like a Battlefield or a Call of Duty game, I am absolutely loving that. That's great. It's going to be very familiar to people who aren't huge Star Wars fans but are looking for a really big space shooter game. It looks really nice. They flew around a bunch with these their X-wings, and I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I don't know like full in-depth like analysis stuff of the game or of the franchise, but the flying looked awesome. The flying looked great. They went first person, they went third person, they showed the whole ship. He weaved through these rocks. It looked really nice. Big characters were brought into it. Darth Vader was revealed at the end of it, along with Luke Skywalker. And the Darth Vader reveal was really nice, but the biggest thing I loved about it was it looks so good. It's not redone in any way. It doesn't look like a rehash of old characters. It looks like the old characters, and they showed Luke's face earlier in it, and it looks so good. It looks like a movie, but you're playing it. Like, that's what everyone wants from a Star Wars game, and it's doing it so well. It is doing it amazingly. Also, the Force looks awesome. That's when you first know Darth Vader's coming. You see this guy being Force choked. It looks super amazing. Luke uses it at one point, just shoves a bunch of guys off. That looks super nice. And then there's like jetpacks and other power-ups. They're in the ships too. And that's really cool. I hope those are customizable, because if they are, that could lead to some really good gameplay online and offline. And it looks like a good game. They're not messing it up. They brag they put every good person on EA on this game. And I can say I don't doubt that, because it looks fantastic. It looks like a great game. I'm excited to get my hands on it pretty soon. And I'm super excited for Battlefront 3. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling on, but EA, final review, you did okay. The biggest thing is you focused around Star Wars Battlefront because you knew that was your big hitter, and so you kept teasing at it through all your trailers, and it kind of pulled me away from some of the trailers you were showing in the other universes you have. I say you should have given all of, or at least most of your universes equal attention, because they are very great games. EA has a track record for not listening to fans, but at the same time, no one can deny they make good games. And this is just another like proof of that. It looks very nice. Everything looks super chill. I'm excited to play your games. You should have focused on a few of them more, is basically what I'm trying to say. The crowd wasn't hyped about some of your stuff. No one gave a shit about mobile. No one really gave a shit about Plants vs. Zombies. And I'm not dissing on those games. I say you should have at least given them some time. But not, like, Plants vs. Zombies was way too dragged out. You shouldn't have given that so much time. Your mobile time, you kept that short, but I mean, no one really cared. You didn't even have to show that, and I would have been totally fine with that. But what I'm saying is, it was okay. It wasn't the best press conference. It wasn't the worst. You showed a lot of games. That was nice. Thank you for giving us new looks into all your games. That's very nice. 7 out of 10, maybe 6. No, probably more around 6. It was okay. Yeah. So you can go check out the trailers and the press conferences live. They're going to be, I mean, there's more to come today for me. So I'm going to have more videos like this coming out. Thank you guys for watching this review and recap of Forged Awesome of the EA E3 press conference for 2015. It was good. It was good. Solid 6 out of 10. That's not bad. I'm hyped for Ubisoft next because I like Ubisoft. Partially hoping for a new Far Cry, and I know Far Cry 4 just came out, so people are gonna start complaining again, but I want a new Far Cry, or maybe like some new Trials stuff. Maybe that, I love Trials. I have a lot of fun with that game. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do in, for me, like 15 minutes. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode of Forged Awesome. Subscribe if you haven't for videos kind of like this. I do a lot more gameplay stuff, and I goof off, and I have fun with friends, and I like doing that more. But yeah, you know, check out my channel if you haven't. Subscribe, leave a like on the video if you like my information, and this is something I want you guys to do. Comment if you agree or disagree with me. Tell me what you think. I love I love knowing I'm right or wrong, and so if you guys can confirm that I'm right about how I feel, where it was okay, and the Star Wars was awesome, and I'd say the other highlight to it was that what is it called? I totally I forgot their other highlight. That's great. No, where the fuck is it? Entangled, I think, something like that. What the fuck? This is kind of awkward. Okay, there. Unravel. I am sorry, that was awkward. Unravel is another highlight. It looks good. All their stuff looked good. Good job. Thank you guys for watching this, and be sure to check out my other analyses of the Microsoft, of the EA, of the Ubisoft, of the Sony, and of the Activision conferences. I'm excited to get those done. Thank you guys for watching. With that, I'm Forged Awesome. I'll talk to you guys later.